Well, hey guys, welcome back to Waters Family Homestead. So, I just got back from town. I filled up 2 more gas cans. That brings me back up to 8 full. And my diesel can's still full. So I've got 3 more 5-gallon cans and 2.5-gallon cans to finish filling up. So that's 4, equals 4. But, I wanted to show y'all something. Had to buy dog food and a couple other items. But so when I go to town, I put a little bit in gas cans. But all the chickens seem to be doing well. Except Miss Priss right there. She decided she'd like to be outside the pen. And I have a sneaky feeling that it's the same one that's gotten out twice before. So, I think I'm going to throw some scratch over here and get her to want to run in the pen and get all them over here distracted. And see if I can open that door and her run inside. I do have a new feeder on order. That one breaks pretty easy when you mess with it, so it's pretty brittle. Don't know if it's the oldest like I was saying earlier, but it's definitely pretty old. So I've got another one coming on order. But let me get this scratch feed thrown out, and you see they're all wanting it. I'm gonna show y'all something. Watch, if I walk down here, oh, well, of course they didn't do it. How about that? I thought about it earlier when I was out here. If I walk the one in, they all run to that end. If I walk to the other end, they run to that end. Now they're doing it opposite. Let me get this scratch feed thrown out. All right, they're all occupied. Now, where'd the red hen go? Oh, she's down here with them. How about that? See if I can get her to come this way. Maybe not. I'm going to let her in there with them. She's not going to like being in there. She's going to be the only Rhode Island Red her age. And Junior's looking forward to the extra company. Go ahead. Come on. Come on. That dad-burned door. Any other time it would just stick if I opened it. And now it wants to close. Come on, go. Yeah. See how you like being in there with Junior, because Junior gonna mount her. Maybe she'll quit flying out. I don't know. I did give them scratch earlier today. And I didn't give them as much as normal because it was early in the day. So I'll throw just a little bit more out for the other 2 pens. But let's see how she toughs it out. Mixing right down the middle, which is surprising. Trying to see if there's any eggs. Need to rake this pen out again. None. They haven't laid one in that nesting box yet. I've found quite a few on the ground. I got one from this pen earlier, and it was in the nesting box, which is a good thing. But I only got the one. So, and of course, the Rhode Island Reds are too young to start laying. So, we're going to leave her over here. She wants to fly out of this pen as much as she does. I'm going to leave her in with the rest of them and see how she likes it. I got a feeling she'll probably fly back over the fence to try to get back to where she's supposed to be. She's done that once before. But her and the black sex lynx are about the same age. So she's still a couple, maybe 3 months away from laying. Let's see, it's October, so Oh, hear that? For whatever reason, oh, the metal clip was touching the fence post. Okay, I heard it popping. Guess I need to make those little loops to hold the sign up there a little shorter so they won't touch the metal fence post. Like this one, no chance of it, but it don't want to slide on there neither, and I ain't gonna touch it to make it slide. I don't want to get lit. But either way, I want to show y'all what I come home to. I've been gone. My daughter and son-in-law and the boys are out of town. They went on a couple's family retreat, more like family retreat. And I went by their house to feed their dogs. And then I went ahead and ran to Wally World to grab my dog food. And then went by the local Chevron. They sell non-ethanol gas at one of their pumps. Yeah, see, it don't want to slide. But since they sell non-ethanol gas there, and rather than go do business with all the Indians because they own every convenience store within 5,000 miles, I went to the Chevron because we actually know those people. It's a huge company, but let's see what the fence. Yeah, can y'all hear that? I hear it popping and the lights blinking. So it's working. I just think it's funny that this one hen thinks she can fly out of the pen, and I don't know how they're not getting popped by it. But maybe it's because they're not touching the ground. It's not enough to make them want to get off of it. I don't know. But I haven't made a video this weekend, and I had planned on making one, talk about fuel reserves, but I've still got, like I said, 20 gallons that I need to fill up all my stored fuel cans. But with that being said, I usually also keep both tanks on my truck full, which is another 35 gallons. So since the last time I filled them up, I have not put gas in the front tank because that's the one, all that back row is full, and that one can over on the other side that's got the electric pump in it. So I've only got to fill up that one, and the blue one, which I know it's kerosene, but I use it for gas, and then the two 5.5 gallons. So all my cans are full. But that was what I was planning on making a video on, was fuel storage. And while the price dropped just a little bit, I mean, it was down 30 cents a few days ago, but when I bought gas today, it was, I want to say it was $2.60 something a gallon a couple of days ago. But that's for the regular ethanol gas. I got non-ethanol today at $3.49, which I think is way too high. But either way, I bought another 10 gallons a day, which I filled up that can that's got my battery powered pump on it. And my mower's just about full, so there's no need to top it off. The Yanmar, which is diesel, the tank on it is full. It holds about 6 gallons, I think. And I've got the 5-gallon can that's full for it. So as far as fuels goes, I'm pretty good. I've got, like I say, 20 more gallons that I could get, but there's not a need in it right this minute. I have to budget myself like most of you. But I do have to unload my work truck. I went by the local Napa, which is where we do most of our business, yesterday, and picked up a case of oil for the diesel tractor and 2 oil filters and 2 fuel filters, so that I can go ahead and change both on here. Change the oil, change the fuel filter, change the oil filter, and have it ready to go. Now it's fine if you pull the dipstick, the oil is nice and clean, but If y'all remember, I had the issue where the fuel was going past the seal at the back of the mechanical fuel pump and filling the crankcase. And since I've turned my fuel off every time I get off of it, I have not had any issues whatsoever with that. But I also have not changed the fuel filter since the last time when I changed the oil, because it had a lot of diesel fuel in it. So I want to get it changed and change the oil so that it'll be ready to go. And then I've got a spare filter, and I got 3 gallons, which comes in a case. So it takes less than a gallon, or about a gallon. So I've got enough oil to change it 1 or 2 more times, you know, just in case. But I do plan on buying a new oil filter for the mower, actually 2, and then changing the oil in it. But it still looks pretty good. And I checked the oil in my personal truck today before I went to town. It's still full, it's still clear. I can see the markings through the oil. So it's, you know, I don't drive it enough to really burn the oil up, I guess. But I'd still like to have the oil changed, but it's because of time, not because of miles. So anywho, I've got that stuff I need to unload off my work truck and get it put up and stored until I'm ready to change the tractor oil and filters and all. And never fails, I'm gone for less than 2 hours. I mean, it's only about 25 minutes to my daughter's house, 20 to 25, depending on traffic. And she's 5 minutes from Walmart on the way back. So I went to Walmart, went in, grabbed the 4 items that I went after, which was $80, which is freaking unreal. And then I went straight to the Chevron, got my 10 gallons in gas. And I wasn't using a debit card, I was paying cash. So I went inside and handed the lady 36 bucks. I knew it'd be right at 35. So I didn't do the math, I just roughly did it in my head. And it was like $1.60 or 80 cents something left after I filled up both cans. I always put exactly 5 gallons in my cans. That way, if I want to add fuel treatment, I know how much to add. And I just put that in the front tank. But I've been riding on that front tank, y'all, for probably 3 months, if not more. And I finally did run out of the back tank, and I put 5 gallons of gas in that back tank. They both work. So I need to drop the front tank and find out what's going on with the fuel gauge assembly, because it quit. And the filler tube also has a crack in it. So if I fill it to the rim, you know, like you pack it when you're filling up your tank, it'll leak out that crack. And I've got a brand new one behind the seat of the truck I've had for 2 years that I've never put on. So when I drop that tank, I'm gonna change that as well. And that's why I'm trying to run it empty, so I can flip to the back tank. I'll know how much gas is in it. Then, you know, get that front tank taken care of and hopefully fix the fuel gauge. And then I'll put it back, fill that tank up, and then I'll be ready to drop the back tank, which has a new fuel pump, but the gas gauge has not worked since we put new fuel pump in it. It didn't work before either, but it doesn't stay on the empty mark. When you turn it to the back tank, it slams past full and stays there. So I need to find out what's going on there and get that gauge fixed, but one tank at a time. It's a good thing about having 2 tanks, I guess. But either way, chickens are doing well. I'm going to leave little Miss Busybody, or whatever I called her earlier, from liking to fly the fence, in here and see how she likes staying in with the rest of the chickens, because there's 4 Easter egger hens over here that are just now at the laying age. There's 10 black sex links, which are about the same age as the Rhode Island Reds. They're roughly 3 months old, maybe less than that, but either way, they're not nowhere near old enough to lay eggs yet. And then there's 2 adult female turkeys, of course, and now I've got 1 Rhode Island Red over here. So if it wasn't for Junior trying to attack Sue, if I opened the pen, I'd let all the chickens mix and then separate out the ones I want to get eggs from and breed. But he thinks he's the boss of the farm. You know, he stands up and fights the turkeys and so on. So I'm not going to do that, and I want to keep Junior around for a little while. We'll just see how it all works out. Guys, I appreciate y'all watching my videos, subscribing to the channel, hitting the thumbs up. And as another channel that I follow and watch was talking about earlier, and they've got a couple hundred, a little over a couple 100,000 subscribers, Cog Hill Family Farm. Cog Hill Farm, as Jason says. He was talking about how sharing the channel on any, whether it's in a text or whether it's on X or Twitter or, you know, whatever all the other social media apps are, sharing really does help the channels grow a lot. And I would appreciate it. But y'all remember, I do have a Rumble channel, and it's pretty much just like YouTube as far as watching videos. It's a lot more difficult for content creators like myself to upload to, and I'm not sure I've nailed that down yet, but I'm working on it. I have been uploading videos there, and I'm trying to upload to Rumble first and then YouTube after, whether it be 2 or 3 hours later or what, but Rumble first and then YouTube. And I want to grow that channel. I've gained 2 subscribers, and I think both of them are scammers, but you know, it is what it is. I mute them and hide them from the channel because I ain't figured out how to block them, and YouTube won't let me block anybody anymore, so I mute them and hide them from the channel as well. You know, it is what it is. But I do appreciate each and every one of y'all. Thank y'all for watching. Remember what I always tell you: Jesus Christ loves you, and so do I. Y'all be safe, be prepared. And I just want to give y'all a shot of the smaller male turkey. Look at him. Boy, he is pretty, isn't he? And he's not the most dominant. The one taking a break laying down right there is. But boy, oh boy, he's pretty. Y'all be good.